Welcome back to another episode. So, today's episode is very special to me because it is my first listener request. So that means you guys have been listening to me and you appreciate my voice and my thoughts enough to actually request a topic. So if any of you have any requests, send me a DM at QT with the pod and I will be happy to discuss your topic. So we'll jump straight into it. Today's topic, and as soon as I found out about it, I immediately started collecting data, going to Instagram and getting some stats from you guys. So this person said that they want to talk about my thoughts on going through your significant other's phone. So I wanted to start with your thoughts. So right now I'm just going through some screenshots to get there. All right, so I asked the question and then I had a lot of responses. There's a lack of trust. To be honest, it's kind of childish, but I'm single, so what do I know? Just cheat back, sis. As the great Lauryn Hill said, it ain't working. Don't do it. You'll just hurt your feelings, LOL. I personally don't think it's a good idea, and what's done in the dark will always come to light. Trust isn't there. No bueno, red flag. Don't do it. With or without permission, LMAO, I'm just effing around. Hell no. Don't effing do it. Never do it. Don't go looking for something you seriously don't want to find. Seek and ye shall find. What you don't know, what you don't want to find. Oh, seek and ye shall find. What you don't want to find. You'll find something. Don't go look if you don't want to see. I'm just here for the comments. All right. So those are the responses I got back from that question. And I agree with the person that said, trust isn't there. No bueno, red flag. So I agree. There is no trust there. You will look through this person's phone because you don't trust them. There's obviously a lack of communication, right? So that still doesn't answer the question. How do I feel about going through a phone? Yeah, it depends. Have I gone through one of my ex's phones before? Yes, I have. Do I regret it? No. I think it really depends on your mindset. I also took a poll as well for people that didn't want to share, written thoughts, more of those. I just want to click. 43% of you said, yes, you have looked through your significant other's phone before. 57% of you said, no, you have not. So my thoughts on it, again, have I done it? Yes. Do I regret it? No, because I was prepared. So it really depends on your mindset. Clearly, there's a red flag there. Clearly, the relationship, there's no trust there. I completely agree. At that point, when I decided to look through my ex-boyfriend's phone, I didn't trust him. I knew there was a red flag. We were in a big old pool of toxic mess. That was my fun toxic relationship. If you were there, you know. If you weren't there, I'm sorry, but it was fun. But yeah, there was no trust, and you should trust your gut. So we all, women, because, no, about half my listeners are men, half are women, but all of us have a gut feeling, especially women. Trust your gut feeling. And I fought against listening to my gut for so long because I was just like, no, it's not logical. No one would do that. Until I was just like, you still have this nagging feeling like there's something. You don't have a nagging feeling for no reason. And once I started listening to my nagging feeling or lack of nagging feeling, I think I've been pretty good. You just gotta, we all have it in us. We just have to actually listen to it. And I was so caught up on being logical that I didn't want to listen to my intuition. And sometimes logic gets in the way. Sometimes logic cannot explain everything. It won't explain everything. Okay. So trust your gut. If you feel like there's something going on with the person, of course, please try to talk to them first before grabbing their phone and invading their privacy, because to be honest, nobody wants someone looking through their phone. Is it a violation of trust? Yes, it is. It truly is. But I can't sit here and say, don't ever do it. You should never look through your boyfriend's phone, knowing damn well I did it and I didn't regret it. And if I had to, I would do it again. I would. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. If my future husband's listening to this, don't give me a reason to look through your phone. As simple as that. So if I were in a healthy relationship with my boyfriend and I felt like he wouldn't cheat on me or talk to someone else or do something wrong behind my back, then I wouldn't have a reason to, but I clearly had that feeling. So I guess step one is identifying the feeling. Do you feel like he is doing something or she is doing something? If so, talk to them. And in my case, my boyfriend did not want to talk to me. So that was red flag number 2. Red flag number 1 was I had the feeling. Red flag number 2 was there was never truly open communication. And we tried so many different ways to communicate. Oh, girl, if I could tell you, we tried so many different ways to try to talk to each other and effectively communicate our feelings. But it never worked. It never worked. But we stayed together because it was fun, right? So when I got this gut feeling, like I just felt like something was wrong, and I felt like something was wrong for a really long time. And I remember talking to Amber. Shout out to Amber. Y'all know Amber. I remember talking to Amber and I was like, I just feel like there's something off. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. And I talked to him about it. We tried to. So I was like, hey, is something going on? Like, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like something's off with us. And maybe I went about it the wrong way. Because I didn't know what to ask. I just felt something. So could I have done that better? Sure. Do I know even to this day what I could have done better? No. That probably was my best. It was my best. So tried to talk to him about it. Nothing really came of it. He was just like, no, you're tripping. Red flag. If he tell you tripping, girl, you not. So he told me I was tripping. Yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay. Still couldn't shake the feeling. So I remember the day. I don't remember the day. I was about to lie. I don't remember the exact day. He was either in the shower or he was sleeping. And we lived together. So, I mean, I can tell something was off. When you live with someone, you see them every day, you're with them every day, you do basically everything together, you know when something's off. So he wasn't around his phone or sleeping, and I looked through his phone. So here's the thing. Before I went into his phone, I was prepared to see the worst. If you're going to look through your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone, be prepared to see the worst. Don't go in there snooping, just looking just to look idly. You must go in with a mission. Don't do that. Don't risk everything for nothing. If you're going through a phone, you're going through it for a reason. Find what you need to find, then leave. Peace out. Okay? So back to my story. Went in there on a mission. Found what I need to find. I'm not going to go into like specific details, but found an app, found out he had an account. He had been communicating with people on said account. I took screenshots of everything, sent it to myself, deleted it. I knew what I was doing. I was ready for this. I was like, there's something. I just need to put my finger on it because he's not being honest. He's not. And I needed to know exactly what it was. I couldn't just sit there and just be like, well, he said it's nothing, so I just got to trust him. Like, I needed the proof, and I knew it was there. So took all my screenshots, sent it to my phone, deleted it out of his phone, and then that was it. I left it alone that day because, again, I had a plan. You can't go in here. You can't go on the phone without a strategic plan. So once I got everything to my phone, I did research. You know, every girl has a detective. If you're not a detective, then you have a friend who's a detective. If you don't have a friend who's a detective, then reach out to me. I'm a detective. I got you. did my research, found out what I needed to find out. Then I remember calling Amber again. I was like, girl, this is what I got. We went through all of the pieces of evidence together. And I was like, this is the conclusion I've come to. And it was great. So I came to my conclusion. And at that point, I was ready to end it. Right? So again, if you know you don't want to leave Bob, don't go through Bob's phone knowing you're not going to leave. If you know damn well that when you see that Bob is talking to Sandy and Sarah, if he's talking to Sandy and Sarah and you still want to talk to him after that, don't look through his phone then. You have to be prepared to take the next step because there are going to be consequences to that. You're never going to be able to look at Bob the same. I couldn't look at my boyfriend the same after that, and I was prepared for that because I was like, there's something off and he's not telling me. So after that, I eventually brought it up to him. We got into an argument. And of course, like, you know, he did well, you look through my phone. You don't trust me. And I was like, well, for good reason, of course. So that argument died. And it turned more so into like, why are you doing this? Or why did you do this? Or why were you thinking of this? Again, don't want to get into the specifics. And after that, of course, we broke up. So he moved out. And you know, like any good toxic relationship, you get back together. So after a couple months, we got back together. Should I have gotten back together with him? No. But I was a girl in her young 20s. So you gotta go through. I just had to. I look back at it now and I'm just like, whoa. But it was fun. Anyways. We broke up, got back together a few months later, and I still couldn't look at him the same way. I would never be able to look at him the same way because, one, I know that you are capable of going behind my back and doing something. And two, the thing that you went behind my back to do was like, whoa. Like that was, at that point, that was like my first time like being betrayed by my boyfriend or something like that. So I didn't know how to handle that. I was just like, why would you do this? So even talking to him again, like it was bad for my self-esteem because I was just like, how could I be what he wants me to be if he wants to go and seek it other places? And eventually I was like, this just, it can't work. It can't work. So I was prepared to leave him. But after we broke up, I was like, yeah, I forgive you again. We can work on it. And it just didn't work. And we probably got back together and broke up again a couple times after that. But eventually, I pulled the plug. And yeah, so if you're going to go through your boyfriend's phone, be prepared to see the worst. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong, and I'm not going to tell you what's wrong or right because I am not the moral compass. If you feel like you should go through his phone, do it. If you feel like that's a violation of his trust and you are able to talk to him about it, go talk to him about it. It's all up to you and all up to your situation. I never truly see any situation as black and white. So it just depends. So what are your thoughts? What did you think of my opinion? What did you think of my story? Like, have you ever been in a toxic relationship where you just couldn't leave because it was so fun? Have you looked through your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone? What did you find? How did you react once you saw what you saw? Did you react out of emotion or did you respond strategically? Also, another one that I was thinking about when I read the comments, someone said with or without permission. If I ask my boyfriend, can I look through your phone? Should he give me his phone? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Thank you so much for chilling with me for these 15 minutes. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please remember to follow me at QT with a pod. Again, my goal is to get to at least 100 followers by the end of this month on my podcast Instagram. And I really need your help to do that. I really, 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 really do. Also, if you still want to send in your stories about I've been saying the word toxic so much. I need to find a synonym about your toxic male friendships. Please send that in. I am planning another episode around that, and I would like your stories. It's taking me a little bit more planning, but I will get there. All right. Bye.